What's up, everyone? I want to talk about relationships and how they're just different these days. It's hard out here trying to date if you're a guy or a girl. More so, I think, if you're a guy. And I'm not saying that just because I'm a guy. I know lots of women. Probably more women than I do men. And as some of you know, I've studied psychology, human behavior, mental health for about 20 years now. And there's a lot of negative energy out here when it comes to healthy relationships. Not a lot of people are very healthy these days. There's a lot of negative energy when it comes to women. There's a lot of feminists out there pushing this narrative that they don't need men and to go be a boss bitch, and you don't need a family, and stuff like that. You don't need a man. So on top of that, there's a lot of bad music, and music can reprogram you. Music is a vibration, and if you listen to all this trashy music by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion and some of these other girls, that will reprogram your mind. You're literally listening to someone's toxic personality and programming yourself with that. And I believe, and research shows, that this is why a lot of things are different these days. On top of that, social media, Snapchat, things like that, which encourage people to cheat, hidden messages on Instagram and Facebook, dark mode, stuff like that. So it's like this narrative is being pushed to cheat, and it's giving people the tools and stuff like that. And also, a lot of people are unhealed. Generational curses are being passed down to their children, and they grow up and pass that down to their children. A lot of women have, this type of feminist mother that will speak ill against men. Maybe she has bad mental health, and that gets passed down to their daughters, and then their daughters take on their curses, and this is how it plays out, and they won't be in happy marriages or anything like that. And then also, there's a lot of men that don't know how to be men nowadays, myself included. I didn't have a strong father, a strong role model to teach me about healthy women. My mother didn't teach me about what a healthy girl was and wasn't. I had to learn all this stuff on my own. I had to teach myself how to be a well-rounded individual and a well-rounded man. And I think a lot of us need to do that because we didn't have people teaching us this stuff, But you can reprogram the mind. The mind is like a computer. If you feed it good things, knowledge, you can better yourself. If you feed it toxicity and negativity, then that's how that's going to go, But yeah, you can do anything you set your mind to. You can educate yourself and stuff like that. But it is a war zone out here when it comes to, dating for some of us men. A lot of men are out here trying to find love, and we think it's a fairy tale or a movie, and it's not. It's not how it is. Not at all. And I've learned that myself. It's a war zone out here. And a lot of these women, and I'm not trying to talk bad about women, but this is just the truth and the science and the data. They're not good people. And I'm not saying all of them. I think about 80% of them are pretty fucked up. They're selfish, they're self-centered, they're controlling, they're manipulative, and they pretty much just care about themselves, If you meet a girl and she says she loves you, yeah, she does. That day, that doesn't mean next week or next month when she meets Chad at work or something like that, it's going to be the same. Women's emotions fluctuate.
In about 10 kilometers,
and they fluctuate quite a bit.
Toward Highway 7.
So you can be with a girl and think you met the girl of your dreams, and all of a sudden she can just switch on you. you know, and that could be because of her emotions, or that could be because maybe she has some type of mental illness, narcissistic, borderline personality, unhealed traumas, daddy issues. I mean, the list goes on and on. So just be prepared for that. You know, it's okay to invest in someone, but always have your guard up for the switch, because it always happens. Well, not always, but majority of us. There are some people that are in healthy relationships. Me personally, I would say it's 10%, maybe 15%. A lot of people that are in marriages, a lot of them are getting cheated on and they don't even know it, you know? Or you could see them on social media and think, oh, what a nice family or what a nice couple. Meanwhile, they could be fighting all the time. So it can go both ways. But you really have to protect yourself out here, you know? I never got married or anything like that, but I've seen lots of stories and men just get destroyed, you know? So try and get a prenup and, you know, or put some things that you own, your assets and stuff like that, in your parents' name or something, just in case things go south. You're not going to lose everything that you've worked your whole life for, you know? They got girls out here in YouTube channels teaching women how to use men for money, how to just meet them, get married, and take half their stuff to get ahead. It's really brutal out here, and there's a lot of demonic energy. You know, I'm a spiritual person too. I'm Catholic, and I do feel like, you know, sometimes the devil doesn't come to us with, you know, horns and flames around him. He comes to us as everything we ever wanted, you know. And sometimes that could be a girl that seems like an angel, you know, like she was sent, and you're just like, oh wow, this is the best person ever, you know. She could turn around and destroy your life. There's also a lot of women out here that make up false allegations of assault and SA and stuff like that. And, you know, these things really do happen, don't get me wrong, but there are thousands and thousands of cases that, you know, it hasn't happened. And it's just a girl being vindictive and trying to get back at a guy for either finding out she did something wrong and doesn't want to be with her, or something along those lines, you know. And a lot of these people, these women are brutal. You know, they'll just try to destroy your life. And this has happened to a lot of men. You can look it up on YouTube. Not all women are soft and feminine and stuff like that. You know, you look at the school system where these boys are being molested, and I'm pretty sure, like, you know, 80-90% it's all female teachers that are doing this kind of stuff, right, to the kids, right? So it goes both ways. It really annoys me when people talk about, you know, women are always getting abused and stuff like that. That's not the case. Women are just as bad. They can be very abusive. They can be murderers. They can cause harm and just all kinds of self-destruction, you know. So just be aware of that. But the dating world and the way the world is right now, you have to be very careful, you know. Keep your guard up and, you know, just work on yourself, educate yourself. Be mindful of things, trust your gut, your intuition, and, you know, just be careful out there. I'm going to be making a lot of other videos on a lot of different topics. If it resonates with what I'm talking about, you know, hit a like, hit a subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And I'm hoping to build a community where, you know, we can have each other's backs and talk about things and stuff like that. And just try and make the world a better place, you know, for men and for women. And, you know, nothing against women or anything like that. I like helping everyone out, you know, even toxic people sometimes. And that's always bitten me in the ass, you know.
Use the right two lanes to take the exit onto County Road 7.
Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Stay up. Thanks for watching. And, yeah, talk to you guys soon. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll try and help you out as best as I can. Thanks.
Take the exit. In 2 kilometers,